best of Zach Simpson. In Toby McIntyre, you have a former street stock and super late model champion at Coos Bay Speedway. Kevin Roberts, former champion here in this division in 2019. And, of course, Richie Longacre also getting a championship in 2019 at Susanville in Northeast California, just outside of Reno, Nevada. Set to go green. Next time by, and for those of you partaking in the Facebook Live looking, we appreciate you. We have one more heat race that we will be having you check in on us, and that will be heat race number 2 for the Sunoco IMC stock cars. If you want to join us for the rest of the night, just log on to Dirt Oval TV or IMC.tv and order your viewing pass, and we'll have you covered as tonight 50 laps in distance with some big money to win for the Sunoco IMC stock cars here at Sunset Speedway Park in Banks, Oregon. BJ Wild and Tyler Tullis, the front row. Green flag in the air. Here we go. On the start, BJ Wild will get to the front. Tullis in the 37 is going to go back to 5th, possibly 6th, as Weinbarger in the 177 on the inside of the 12 of BJ Wild for P1. Side by side, lap number 1 will be Colin Weinbarger showing the way. Kevin Roberts in the 88 also looking to thread the needle downstairs as Roberts nearly gets in an inside tire in turns 1 and 2. We do have a couple cars getting together. The 37 of Tyler Tullis is off the pace. He pulls in the infield, no yellow. We stay green. Colin Weinbarger leads the 12 of Wild as yellow will come out now as Tullis in the 37 comes to a halt. It wasn't quite out of harm's way, Tyler Tullis. And there was a multi-car get-together in turns 1 and 2 prior to the yellow coming out. 2 laps complete and 6 to go. Colin Weinbarger leads. BJ Wild is second. Third, Kevin Roberts. Fourth, Zach Simpson. Fifth is Longacre. Running in sixth, the 00 of McIntyre. 7 of Regard, then the 37 of Tullis. Kevin Roberts making 4 main events during the Dakota Tour. Finished 7th at Nodak Speedway in Minot, 19th at Williston Basin Speedway, 15th at Southwest Speedway in Dickinson and Mandan. On the 13th, finished 14th in the main event at Dakota Speedway. Green is out. Here we go. And the 177 back to the front as the 12 of BJ Wild trying to hold back the 88 of Kevin Roberts for second. Roberts to P2. BJ Wild is third. Fourth, Zach Simpson. Fifth is Toby McIntyre. Kevin Roberts trying to hold back the 12 of BJ Wild. Wild trying to reclaim some lost ground, but he's got the 12S of Zach Simpson behind him trying to leapfrog into third. Toby McIntyre in the 00 is the last car in the top 5. Looking for an opening underneath the 12S's. Oh no, Longacre gets sideways in turns 1 and 2, and spinning to miss will be Tullis in the 37. And we will go yellow for the second time. It looked like it was a solo spin in the first and second corners. And Richie Longacre trying to fire things back up. Well, the current rundown right now, 5 laps complete with 3 to go. Colin Weinbarger and the Jerry Schramm 177 entry is your leader. Kevin Roberts second. BJ Wild will restart third. Fourth, Zach Simpson. And fifth, Toby McIntyre. Sixth is the straight 7 of Peyton Regard. And behind him, the 07 of Richie Longacre. All cars on the racetrack are on the lead lap. Delaware double file restart. And here we go. Yellow is out. I think false start the cause of that most recent caution. Now, the way the Delaware double file restart works is your leader is all by himself out in front. Second place gets to choose whether to start on the inside or outside lanes, and that is the only driver in line that has that option. Everyone else is arbitrarily placed based off of their running position. Looks like single file nose to tail. More on that later, as this one is going to try and finish off the 3 remaining laps. Heat race number 1 of 4 for the Sunoco IMCA stock cars is back underway. Toby McIntyre in the 00 looking to get underneath the 12S of Zach Simpson to move into 4th. Richie Longacre in the 07 will pass Peyton Regard in the 7. BJ Wild, despite smoke, most likely coming from a tire rub, is still 3rd. One more trip around the Speedway for the 177 of Colin Weinbarger. Into 3, exiting turn number 4. Checkered flags will grace the Jerry Schramm-owned 177 of Colin Weinbarger driving for him. Kevin Roberts 2nd. 3rd will be BJ Wild. 4th at the line, Zach Simpson. Toby McIntyre 5th. Richie Longacre will finish in 6th. 7th, Peyton Regard. And 8th, Tyler Tullis. Heat race number 2 is coming up, and the starting grid will feature on the inside front row another driver doing double duty. The Transaction Transmissions, Pro Line Remodeling, Mandy Tardy at John S. Scott Realty, Affordable Automotive, Jim's Thriftway, Nate Morrison Plumbing, Victory Chassis, out of Forest Grove, Joey Tardio. Outside of him, the 08, Fast Lane Automotive, Wicked Wild Designs, Colville Printing, Schaefer's Racing Oil, Terminator Chassis, Colville, Washington's Chase Berkeley. Starting 3rd, the Mark's RV Shop, Davis Transportation, Redmond Barber Shop, number 27, Cadillac Chassis out of Redmond, Mark Carroll. 4th in the grid, scheduled to start 4th is the E7, Doug Lockwood out of Beaverton, Superior Torque Converter, Superior Fuel Cells, Jackson Industries, Warpaint Motorsports Graphics, Duncan Automotive, Curtis Trailers, Terminator Chassis. 5th in the lineup, the 1S out of Sandy, Sid Schott running a B&B chassis, Checkered Flag Asphalt Paving and Seal Coating, Discount Race Car Parts. 6th will be the 23K, Go Plumbing and Heating, Precision Performance Suspensions, Donofrio Skyline Ford, Hoppus Motorsports, 23K Terminator Chassis out of Staten, Kersey Ferrando, and the G07, the last car in the grid. He will start 9th. That's Greg Osborne out of Cresswell, Superior Fuel Cells, Steelhouse Metal Roofing Supply, Conti Custom Radiators, D-Ray Designs, Dynamite Race Cars, B&B. Pardon me, 7 cars. 7 cars going the distance, 8 laps. Heat race number 2 for the Sunoco IMCA stock cars. This is your final heat race for those of you watching on the Facebook Live Look-In. Joey Tardio in the 04 on the inside, while the outside of him is the 2-time defending Wild West Tour Stock Car Champion, as well as this year's Wild West Shootout Stock Car Champion, Chase Berkeley. Green is out. Here we go. Oregon and Washington in the front row. The 04 Joey Tardio, who already has won a heat race in American Classic action, is now going door-to-door with the 27 of Mark Carroll for the race lead. Mark Carroll will lead lap number 1. Running in second will be Chase Berkeley as he knows his way in front of the 04 Joey Tardio. Tardio gets sideways and oh my, nearly collects the 23K of Kersey Ferrando. No caution as we stay clean and green. Mark Carroll still your leader in the 27. Chase Berkeley second, Sid Schott third, Greg Osborne fourth, Kersey Ferrando is fifth. 6th is Doug Lockwood, 7th Joey Tardio. Mark Carroll, half a straightaway advantage over your race leader, Chase Berkeley. Sid Schott is third. Greg Osborne is fourth. Kersey Ferrando fifth. And a battle for sixth at the back between Doug Lockwood and Joey Tardio. Tardio will spin and comes to a halt, and that'll bring a pause to the action. Caution is out. It is for the 04 of Joey Tardio. Your race leader, Mark Carroll. Mark Carroll, two-time Cottage Grove Speedway late model champion, former Topless 100 winner here, former Northwest Mod Cup champion, former Washington Mod Tour champion. Green is out. Here we go. Mark Carroll out of Redmond brings the field back to life as Sid Schott in the 1S restarts third. He's up to second. Kersey Ferrando is fourth. Fifth is Greg Osborne. Sixth is going to be the 04 of Tardio as the E7 of Doug Lockwood off of the racetrack. Chase Berkeley has recovered second from Sid Schott. Now Sid Schott trying to hold back the 23K of Kersey Ferrando. 04 Joey Tardio spins in turns 3 and 4. No yellow right now as he's going to get it back up to speed. Oh, not quite. Yellow flag flies for the second time, and a tough break for Joey Tardio in car number 04. Top three, by the way, automatic qualification for tonight's 50-lap A main. So that battle between Sid Schott and Kersey Ferrando is it's a race within a race because it's the final transfer position on the line. Mark Carroll, your leader. Chase Berkeley running in second. Third, Kersey Ferrando. Fourth is Sid Schott. And fifth is the G07 of Greg Osborne. Set to go green, exiting turn number 4. Next time by Mark Carroll is 3 laps away from the victory. We've already counted 5 for the good. 2 more heat races after this for the Sunoco IMCA stock cars. Mark Carroll receives the green flag. Here we go. Greg Osborne sees open real estate on the high side, was trying to rail around both Sid Schott and Kersey Ferrando, but Ferrando keeps him in check. 2 to go for the 27 of Mark Carroll. Chase Berkeley has second secured. Third place is definitely up for grabs as Kersey Ferrando in car number 23K trying to hold back the G07 of Greg Osborne. 1S of Sid Schott trying to move in the inside of Ferrando to move into P3. Final lap of action is the 27 of Mark Carroll looking to win heat race number 2 for the Sunoco IMCA stock cars, and that will be the case as he comes out of the 4th and final bend. Chase Berkeley second, Kersey Ferrando third. 4th will be Sid Schott. 5th, Greg Osborne. 6th, Joey Tardio. And 7th, Doug Lockwood. And for those of you in the Facebook Live looking, thank you for joining us. Be sure and order your viewing pass on either IMCA.tv or Dirtable TV to watch the rest of the evening's action. Heat race number 3 for the Sunoco IMCA stock cars will line up like this. The grid will feature on the inside pole Chris West out of Woodland, Washington, Chuck Jones Automotive, Swan Island Sheet Metal Works, race cars by Zippy, running a jet chassis, Chris West. Outside of him, the 77S Jerry Schramm from Vancouver, Washington. The only winner here this year in this class, the Schramm Brothers Excavating, James Gang Pizza, Discount Race Car Parts, Rage Chassis. Starting third, the 160 out of Molalla, Brody Humphrey. In the bent level construction, Troy's Diesel Service, J.D. Peterson Company. Adams Chassis, sign guy running a B&B chassis is Brody Humphrey. The 22S, Jimmy Schramm, Schramm Brothers Excavating Discount Race Car Parts Terminator chassis out of Vancouver, Washington. Starting in fifth, the 57X out of Kettle Falls, Washington, John Gummar. Gummar Family Trucking, Fast Lane Automotive. Special thanks to his wife, his mom and dad, and Joe Bispo. Running a Dark Side chassis, John Gummar. Starting in sixth will be the 40 Jeff Lovell, the most recent Friesen Performance IMCA Modified feature winner. The Lovell Truck Sales, Lovell and Hall Real Estate Partners Sniper chassis out of Oregon City. And the 7MD out of Black Canyon City, Arizona, running a Terminator chassis, Mike Henderson. Mike Henderson in the 7MD starts in P7. 8 laps. Heat race number 3 for the Sunoco IMCA stock cars is underway. Chris West on the inside of Jerry Schramm. A good battle. 3 wide stair start formation for third, and that's the final transfer position on the line. Chris West and Jerry Schramm duking it out for P1. It's going to be Jerry Schramm by a whisker, 0.055 seconds, separating your top 2 runners. Chris West is second. Jimmy Schramm is third. Fourth is a fight between the 40 of Jeff Lovell and the 160 of Brody Humphrey. John Gummar along with Mike Henderson, the rest of the running order at this point. Jeff Lovell has 4th place secured from Brody Humphrey, although Humphrey going to try his luck as Jimmy Schramm and Jeff Lovell, a little bit of a accordion action. Jimmy Schramm trying to get on the inside of the 7W, Chris West for second. Schramm wants to be off of the bubble, and Jeff Lovell got in the back of him, and that stacked things up ever so briefly there. And fortunately, all parties able to continue at racing speed. Halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. Jerry Schramm, fastest car on the racetrack. Chris West is second. Jimmy Schramm is a close third. Jeff Lovell fourth. Jeff Lovell outside looking in. Limited experience in the Sunoco IMCA stock car ranks. Looking to make the main event through the heat races as Chris West is going to go from second to third, possibly fourth here as Jeff Lovell in the 40 goes side by side. Jerry Schramm, Jimmy Schramm, Jeff Lovell the top 3. Chris West is fourth. Brody Humphrey fifth, and it's John Gummar, followed by Mike Henderson. Lovell in the 40, going for second. It's Jimmy Schramm trying to hold on. White flag one more time around for Jerry Schramm in the 77S. Your winner of heat race number 3 for the Sunoco IMCA stock cars, as the checkered flag waves, will be Jerry Schramm, Jimmy Schramm second, Jeff Lovell your top 3 transfers. Chris West will be fourth, fifth John Gummar. Then it's Brody Humphrey and Mike Henderson, the rest of the finishers. And we've got one more heat race left in the program, and that is going to be Sunoco IMCA stock car heat race number 4. And starting in the inside front row, now calling Eagle Creek home, the checkered flag, asphalt paving and seal coating, discount race car parts, B&B chassis of Donald Schott. Donald Schott will start P1. Outside of him in the 57 from Molalla, PJ Humphrey. In the bent level construction, Troy's Diesel Service, J.D. Peterson Company, the sign guy B&B chassis. Starting in third is going to be the 21P out of Lapine, the original bent transmission company, Lintz Machinery, Napa Auto Parts of Lapine, Ironman Ministries Jet Chassis. That's Landon Philpott, the teenager from Central Oregon. Your defending track champion and defending KMJ Performance Oregon State champion. In the Pioneer Auto Salvage, Swan Island Sheet Metal Works, Jenner Heating and Cooling, J&L Wholesale, All-Star Towing, Jerovets Motorsports, Danson Bear Tavern, running a side-biter chassis out of Eagle Creek, Jeremy Brookshire. Starting in fifth, 2018. Champion in this division at Willamette Speedway. He drives the B&R Auto Wrecking, AMCO Transmissions and Total Car Care of Corvallis and Lebanon, Hart Bros Core, Big Sky Landscaping, 2-4 Social Media Management, D&B Automotive, High Torque Performance, Destroyer by Stone Motorsports Chassis out of Albany, Dakota Goddard. Dakota Goddard will line up in fifth. Sixth will be the 45 of Tiana Wild from Redmond. Fast Lane Automotive, Wicked Wild Designs, Colville Printing, Schaefer's Racing Oil, Off-Road Vixens, Terminator Chassis. And last but not least, the 76, coming to us out of Northern California, Jeff Oshefka. Jeff Oshefka in the 76. Jeff Oshefka, the late arrival, two-time track champion at American Valley Speedway in Quincy in Northern California. A longtime runner at Diamond Mountain Speedway in Susanville. Donald Schott and P.J. Humphrey, their sons, raced earlier, Sid Schott and Brody Humphrey, in the program, and now it's the fathers squaring off against each other. Expecting the green flag when they exit turn number 4 this time by. Our final heat race of the night, and they will get into trophy dashes, all of which will be 4 laps in distance. Green is out, here we go. It's going to be Donald Schott in the 11S to the point. P.J. Humphrey second. Landon Philpott going side by side with the 11 of Jeremy Brookshire for third. Now the 76 of Jeff Oshefka trying to get underneath both of them. Nearly 4 wide for second. Remember, top 3 automatically gets you into the main event. Oh no, Jeremy Brookshire hard in the back straightaway wall. Heavy contact. Yellow flag coming out. 1 lap down, and I think they're going to throw the red here indeed so that the safety workers can have the full usage and not have to worry about cars motoring by. A heavy hit on the back straightaway for the 11 of Jeremy Brookshire. One lap complete. And we'll let you know as soon as we hear from the fire and safety team. The battle is between the 76 of Oshefka and the 11 of Brookshire. We have 1 lap down. Donald Schott is your race leader. P.J. Humphrey scored second. Landon Philpott third. Brookshire and Oshefka was fighting for 4th, I believe. Dakota Goddard will move up into 5th, it appears. Tiana Wild 6th. Jeremy Brookshire out of the race car. And walking with some of the safety workers. That's good to see. And just a massive boom. You can see the kind of the orangish barrier just getting assassinated, annihilated on the backstretch. And it looked like it just ripped off the right front tire and wheel right from the hub. And unfortunate to see. But we're so glad to see that Brookshire is out and moving. So we're going to have a little bit of a pause in the action as we clean things up in turn 3. After this race, we'll have our trophy dashes. Then once the trophy dashes have concluded, we'll have a couple of B mains for the Sunoco IMCA stock cars, and then just A mains after that. Want to pass along a little bit of information, a little bit extra money up for grabs, $100 to the Sunoco IMCA stock car trophy dash winner, courtesy of Mac at In and Out Market, just across the street there. If you're on your way out of town late tonight, be sure and tell them thank you for supporting. And also $100 to tonight's A main event feature winner. So $5,100 to win last time that I checked for tonight's 50-lap feature for the Sunoco IMCA stock cars. Well, you can see the damage for some of you folks on the front straightaway that was taken to the 11. A brutal shot to the right side, but you see something, such a heavy hit like that. Obviously, the right rear suffering a lot of damage, too. It's good to see that it appeared as if Brookshire was walking under his own power. Maybe he had a little bit of assistance, but no doubt a scary situation there. So we're still cleaning some things up, drying up some fluids in turn 3, but once that's all done, we'll replace the red light with the yellow one, which should be here very shortly, and we will recontinue. Anticipating the green flag coming out. This time by Donald Schott, your leader. Then P.J. Humphrey, Chase Berkeley, Jeff Oshefka, Dakota Goddard, the top 5. Green is out. All cars on the lead lap as Oshefka looking to take the high road. Dakota Goddard in the 89 underneath the 21P of Landon Philpott to move into third, and that's going to allow the 76 as Oshefka can get in on the action. 11S of Donald Schott continues to lead. We're 2 laps in, 6 laps to go. P.J. Humphrey second, but Dakota Goddard is coming in the black and white 89. Oshefka in the 76 doing battle for fourth with Landon Philpott. And the fight for second is a good one. Both of them need to be careful because they're in transfer positions. They are in the show. As long as they finish in those positions. Past the halfway mark, 5 laps complete, and 3 to go for Donald Schott. Oh no, Jeff Oshefka in the 76 gets sideways. And we go yellow, caution coming out. So your top 3, Donald Schott, P.J. Humphrey, Dakota Goddard. Landon Philpott will restart in 4th. That's where Jeff Oshefka was running. 4 laps complete, 4 to go. Tiana Wild followed by Jeff Oshefka, the rest of the restart order. Green flag will be coming out this time by Donald Schott, trying to put the finishing touches with 4 laps remaining. Green flag in the air. Tiana Wild in the 45 and the 21P. Landon Philpott get together in the 76. Oshefka also gets linked up, and we're going to keep this one green. One more trip around the speedway for Donald Schott in the 11S. And your winner of heat race number 4 for the Sunoco IMCA stock cars is going to be Donald Schott. Dakota Goddard finishes 2nd. And 3rd will be P.J. Humphrey. A wild finish for everyone else. Tiana Wild, Landon Philpott, 4th and 5th unofficially. Jeff Oshefka, 6th. And Jeremy Brookshire, 7th. And a wild and crazy 4th and final heat race for your Sunoco IMC stock cars. Trophy dashes are next. And these are all 4 laps